Hi people, how's it going? Oh my gosh, how's this weather today, people? Well, our weather here at the moment, we're sitting on 27 degrees today, so it's really, really nice and warm. I wish it could stay like this right through summer, but unfortunately it doesn't. It gets higher, so, but it's the 27th of October, Monday. As you guys all know, I don't work on Mondays. Um, but I had to work on the weekend. But anyway, but yeah, anyway, people. On the weekend, not this weekend, gone, but the weekend before, I have been like chatting to a guy, and that was on the Saturday. I had been chatting to this guy. That was that Saturday. Oh my god, bloody messages. Um, I've been chatting to this guy all day that weekend, which was the Saturday, and anyway, we both. Well, he says to me, well, he goes, "What are you doing later on?" And I says, "Oh, nothing." And then he goes, "Why don't we just spontaneously, um, go and grab a drink at a bar?" Um, and I thought to myself, "Oh yeah, what the hell? I'm not doing anything." I said, "Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? We're just going meet in person, and yeah, see how things go, see how things roll." But anyway, we were both calling each other as we were leaving, or as we were getting ready to go out. And he called me and he goes, I'll be about 10 minutes. And I said, yeah, I'm pretty much about 10 minutes, but same. So he got there. He got to the bar before I did. And as I got into the car park, and I was looking for a car park, and I seen this guy walking towards my car as I was about to park up my car. Anyway, I wound down my window and I called out to him, and I said, "Oh," but I knew it was him. I knew it was him straight away. But you know, so I called out to him and I asked him, you know, if it was him, and he called out my name, and I said, "Oh wow, cool." So anyway, he followed me over to where I was parking my car, and we introduced ourselves in person, and then we started walking towards the bar, and we were just like just small talk as we were walking. Then we got into the bar, and because we were both driving, we could only have a couple of drinks. So he got me a glass of house wine, and then he got him I don't know, I think a bourbon and coke or something like that. And then we went out to, well, the bar was kind of busy because it was the R&B night. Apparently he goes there on R&B nights. Not all the time, but because he knows I'm pretty much R&B myself. So anyway, we went outside. There was a few people that were in there. We went out to the beer garden, and there were like a handful of people just outside, and we basically sat on a long table, but on the corner. So he sat on one corner of the table, and I was basically on this side of the corner of the table. But I pretty much knew what I was doing. So anyway, we started talking. Some some really nice, you know, music was playing. He asked me if I wanted to have a dance, and I said, "Oh yeah, maybe later on, not just yet." And So we were just like talking and just, you know, joking around, mucking around. And then he says to me, oh my gosh, you know, I had a sore neck all day. And then he kept on moving his head side to side, complaining that he had a sore neck. And then he finally built up the courage and asked me if I was any good at massaging. And because the way we were sitting, he was sitting on one corner of the table and I was sitting on the other corner of the table. So I thought that, well, I was thinking, yeah, that was just your way of me getting able to sit next to you. So he asked if I could just like sort of massage his neck for a little bit. So, which meant I had to move over closer to him. But people, I wasn't. Although he was a really nice guy, like I said, very old-fashioned, very old school values. He was very mature for his age, and and that's what attracted me to him. But physical-wise, there was no attraction at all. So anyway, he got me to massage his neck. So I gave his neck a little bit of a massage, and then he went to go and put his hand on my knee, and I sort of had to make an excuse to get something out of my bag, to where I had to move to go and grab my bag because my handbag was on the other side of me. And then he asked me, you know, if I wanted to date him, and I was avoiding that question. He was like making all these plans because he likes doing all sorts of different outdoorsy things. He likes going to theatres, he likes going to art galleries, he likes going to museums, he likes going to see live bands, he loves R&B, and he's making all these plans to, you know, that we can go to. He likes to travel, and then I just was not feeling that people, you know, and I said, yeah, and I was just trying to change the subject, and he kept on going back to the dating part, and he knew by the tone of my voice that I wasn't ready for any kind of commitment, which I'm not. But when he walked me back to my car, he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and he says to me, I don't think you're ready for a relationship, which I so appreciate him understanding that from me, because I think he knew my whole body language and how I was, you know, physically I was not attracted. So he said, but he was willing. He goes, look, I'm going to be straight up with you. He goes, I really am attracted to you, and I really, you know, he really wanted to date, but he got that feeling and that impression from me, to which I was giving to him, that I wasn't ready for that next step. So but yeah, so but we still keep in touch. He still likes to message me to see how I am, and I just basically told him, you know, I'm willing to be friends if you're willing to be friends, but nothing more than that. So yeah, people, that was pretty much. He was calling the other day, but I wasn't. I just said, look, it'd be nice to meet you in person. And basically that's what it was. So yeah, but people, I was just willing to go and meet him in person, and that's all it was. So I'm not ready, and I probably won't be ready for another relationship, because I've been in relationships for years, and I pretty much enjoy my time, my space, and yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd touch base with you. So yeah. Anyway.